proven lightweight in world boxing, and I think he gave one of the performances of his career last time here in Manchester. It's given me huge pleasure to welcome Jorge Linares and of course Robert Diaz from Golden Boy. Thank you so much for coming over. This fight, of course, live and exclusive on Sky Sports in the UK, and gives me huge pleasure today to announce this fight will also be live and exclusive on Showtime in America, which is fantastic news for both guys. Of course, the winner of this fight is scheduled to go on and fight the winner of Dejan Zlatikanin and Mikey Garcia, which is in Las Vegas on Saturday night, which will also be on Showtime. So we want to thank Stephen Espinoza and all the team at Showtime for their support, and congratulations for you guys. This fight's going to go out to a huge audience. We're expecting a huge card in Manchester and huge attendance numbers already. The figures are probably up around 35% from last time. I think we've got a great chance of selling this arena. The top tier is already open at the Manchester Arena, and a fantastic undercard, which I'm very excited about. One fight that was scheduled for the last show in Manchester is eliminator for the British light heavyweight title between Tommy Tatham and Liam Conroy. We're back set for that fight, two huge ticket sellers, and a real 50-50 fight in an electric light heavyweight division that will also see Jose Burton return to the bill. One fight, actually two fights that were made late last night, and they're both here. One is Marcus Morrison taking on Jason Wellborn for the WBC International Middleweight title. I think without any question it's the first real test for Marcus Morrison in this game. Jason Wellborn has been around, he's pulled out some fantastic results. We saw that fight of the year contender between him and Matthew Macklin not so long ago. And this is a real solid, stiff test for Marcus Morrison, who we believe can go on and be a real star, not just in Manchester, but in British boxing as well. And well done for Jason for stepping up to their plate as well. We're going to hear from you guys shortly. The chief support on the night is a fight that got made probably surprisingly to many. You could call it the Battle of Blackpool, with one of the most busiest UK fighters around at the moment in Jack Arnfield, who I think has had a wonderful run, of course, beating John Ryder on the card here, again as the underdog to win the WBA International title. And then on Saturday night, a very accomplished performance against Mick Hall, getting the stoppage, I think, in the 11th round. And now moving up the world rankings and really trying to push forward to develop himself and to challenge all those top middleweights. And who would have thought in the opposite corner, challenging for that WBA International title, would be Brian Rose. These two have known each other so well, and I spoke about this fight between Matthew Macklin and Steve Wood, and they said, "Are you sure about this?" And I remember Brian Rose saying, no, I don't think Jack will really want it. And Jack said, no, I don't think Brian will really want it. And when we made the respective phone calls, the answer was, yeah, we will. You know, this is boxing. This is a chance for both of us to go out into a big fight, move up the world rankings. And we can't wait. Saturday, March 25th, Brian Rose against Jack Arnfield for the WBA International title. Some other big fights on the bill. British super featherweight champion Martin Ward will defend his crown against mandatory Maxie Hughes. Of course, I said Jose Burton will be on the card as well, and we'll be having the professional debut of some GB Olympians as well, which we'll announce shortly. A whole host of Manchester talent, of course, coming through as well, the likes of Mark Jeffers, Lee Clayton, Nathan Wheatley as well. It's going to be a packed show on the 25th. So I'm going to start now with Tommy. Tommy, as you know, Liam Conroy, who I believe is joining us shortly, due to take place on the last bill. And now you get your chance to fight on this big bill in the British Light Heavyweight Eliminator. Over to you.
I think it's a great fight. Really looking forward to it, and the fact that the border goes back forward again. You know, he's a really good boxer, and I've known him from the amateurs all the way up. So we're going to clash at some point, and it's a great show to be on. Really good show.
You're knocking on the door now. That British title shot, of course, fantastic fight between Jose Burton and Frank Guglielmi. And then victory here against Conroy. See you mixing with those guys later in the year.
Yeah, well, as I say, I was at the show and I saw them both fight and I thought, wow, it's a great fight, you know, possibly fight of the year candidate, and I'd love to be in that mix. I think either Jose, you know, a similar fight between Frank and him, or me and Frank go to war. It'd be a great fight all around.
We look forward to that fight. Jason, stepped up as you always do. You know you love to fight, and a great fighting prospect between you and Marcus Morrison.
Yeah, Yeah, when I heard the news yesterday, that's not like it was. I was aiming for the 11th of February, but after the Macklin fight, I thought I should have got a bit more after that. But they're managing me now, and I've got a good team backing myself. The fight's light middleweight, and I'm stronger that weight, so I'm looking forward for this one.
Marcus Morrison, very well talked about in the area and across British boxing as well, but obviously not with the experience that you have going into the fight.
No, but obviously that's what I'll be taking in when you go into the trenches, so hopefully it's going to be a good fight. But I've got brilliant now, it's about 8 weeks now. It's normally Macklin had 6 weeks, so I can tick every box, so I can work on every aspect what I need to work at. But hopefully we both turn up and there's no pull-outs and we can give people what I need on it. Brilliant shows, but this is live, so I'm looking forward to it.
Marcus, finally the stabilisers are off. I know you're excited about that. And your first big test at the Manchester Arena on the 25th of March.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest test to date, and it's one I'm looking forward to. And I think in boxing it's all to retirement in some fights, and I think the time of this fight is good for me. I'm ready. Jason was a good fighter. His experience been around the block. But like I said, it's a fight that I'm really up for, and one like I said, I'll step up to the occasion and get the job done.
Thank you. That's Marcus Morrison against Jason Wellborn for the WBC International Middleweight title. I'll start with you, Brian. Welcome, and a big fight for you. Obviously, you had the Matthew Macklin fight last year. Came back with a win in Birmingham, and now taking on your old mate Jack Arnfield.
You always get what you want, don't you?
It's a very important fight for your career.
Of course it is. I mean, it's bragging rights. We're both from Blackpool. I've known Jack since he was 12 years old. We've had the same amateur coach. We've even had the same pro coach at one point. I lived with Jack for 5 years. We couldn't pull us apart. At one point we were doing everything together. So I'm not gonna. It's not going to be. There's going to be no nastiness. But we both know what we've got to do on the 25th of March, and we've got to probably hate each other for the next 8 weeks. Which is, there's not going to be many handshakes, hugs for the next 8 weeks. We've just got to get a job done. Jack's in a good place at the moment, like you say, he's coming off 3 good wins, and he probably thinks that he's getting me at the right time. So that's what I want him to think. So, on the night, I'm going to prove I've still got what it takes to get to the top, and big cock of Blackpool.
Obviously, like you said, he's always been sort of chasing you. You won the Lonsdale belt, challenged for the world title. He's been sort of in the shadows, and then recently almost surpassed you with those wins over Ryder and again on Saturday night as well.
Certainly, I mean, for years, even in the gym, he's lived in my shadow a little bit. No disrespect to him, but he has, and he's understood that for years. But now he's in a position where he probably wants to fight me, and he's probably getting me at the right time, sort of thing. But I believe I'm second coming. I think. I had problems against Macklin. I'm not going to raise them here, but I had an operation on my elbow soon after because I needed it before. But I know I'm going to be the fittest and best Brian Rose on the night.
Jack, again, a fight that was confirmed yesterday after a great win for you on Saturday night. No rest, straight back into it, and of course you're fresh and ready for a huge fight for Blackpool and for British boxing.
Yeah, well, I've been on a bit of a roll recently, some good wins and some momentum in the gym with Mike and Dave. So fresh out the ring on Saturday and to get the phone call late last night it was good. I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to keep busy and keep the success going. I think it'd be a great fight with me and Brian. We've sparred thousands of rounds, more than thousands of rounds. So I'm looking forward to it. I think I've got the fight at the right time. And I think I've got what it takes to win the fight. So I'm looking forward to March 25th. Definitely.
How does that personal relationship play into it going into this fight? How does that change any dynamics, obviously, and the fact that you know each other's game inside out?
Well, me and Brian, like you said, we've been friends. We've been in the gym since we were like 10, 11, 12 years old together. We've lived together in Manchester for years and trained together for years. I mean, it makes it interesting facts. We know each other's game inside out. But my game's changed slightly. I've moved trainers nearly 2 years ago now, and there's differences in my boxing. I think I'm fitter. I think I've got a little bit more than I used to have a few years ago. So it'd be interesting to see what the difference is in the ring.
Thank you. Thank you two for taking this fight. It's a great fight for the show, and if you do have a pub, a bar, a restaurant or a hotel in Blackpool, please, I will give you advance now, shut it on March 25th because they're all going to be here in Manchester for that fight. I'm going to hear firstly from Joe Gallagher. Joe, obviously the rematch was a fight that everybody wanted straight after, as they always do. Then when they thought about it a little bit harder, it was still definitely the fight that everyone wanted, and I know you'll be working meticulously with Anthony to get it right this time to capture all these belts.
Yeah, first welcome Robert, Jorge Linares. We bumped into each other a few times. We were in the WBC convention over there. Jorge had a good chat, and no, listen, it's a great fight. Listen, didn't go the way of Anthony's last time. Jorge Linares, in my opinion, was the best Jorge Linares has been. I think it's one of his standout performances in his career when he sits back in years to come and look at his fight collection. That'll be one of the moments. The belts that were attached to it make a proud moment for him. But can Jorge Linares do that again? He's away, he's training hard. He's got a good team around him, a good coach. Robert Diaz did a fantastic job babysitting him last camp, cheerleading from ringside. And I'd like you, Eddie, to put him right up in the top tier this time, please. No, but like I say, it's a great fight for Anthony. It was the obvious fight, the rematch, and I don't know, Anthony Mush will disagree, but to be sat here today, to be given a second chance to fight for the Ring Magazine belt, the WBC Diamond belt and the WBA. Not many fighters in Britain get a chance to fight for the Ring Magazine belt. Anthony's had one chance and we didn't win it. Now we've got a second chance. I will say Anthony's better in a rematch. His career shows that and he'll come better with it. But I wanted to say to a few people out there today going into this fight, anybody wants a ticket off Anthony Crolla for this fight, go to a website or go somewhere else. Leave Anthony Crolla alone for this fight. Anthony Crolla can't say no. If you really care about this kid and you want other big fights, big nights in Manchester, leave Anthony Crolla alone. I want Anthony to be a horrible, nasty person. I don't want to see a friendly Anthony Crolla. I need Anthony Crolla on the job. So if you all care about him, you all want to buy tickets, go and get it off his brother from the website, Matchroom, the Manchester Arena, but leave Anthony Crolla alone. Anthony Crolla is going in with a second chance to win the Ring Magazine belt, and I need a nasty Anthony Crolla. He's done it before when he's turned his back against the wall against Kieran Farrell, against John Murray, and he delivered. I need that Anthony Crolla for this fight. So please, anyone out there, and this includes Sky, ITV, any promo you want work, come and get it done now straight away, because Anthony Crolla will be locked up and pulled away from everyone. He's not available for anything. I need a selfish, angry, horrible Anthony Crolla, because what we need the best Anthony Crolla, and again some, to be Jorge Linares. And I plead everyone out there today, leave him alone and let him train. He's not available for no dishing out trophies, nothing else to help the United Games. I'll let him have a few up to now, until I might let him have the Wembley job, but he needs to become fully focused. Not many kids get an opportunity, and I want to thank Sky, Eddie Hearn for delivering this opportunity, and Jorge Linares for giving Anthony the rematch. I'll fight him for this belt again. It's got to be a great night, and I'm sure I can count on the Manchester fans again to come out and roar Anthony Crolla home this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. There you go.
There's a name change going on the St Etienne trip for the United game, if anyone wants it.
Jorge, we're going to hear from Robert Diaz first of all, before we hear from Anthony Crolla. Robert, we know you love great fights. Obviously, Golden Boy have a rich history of making some great fights, and you do too. And this really was one of them last time around. The passion in the arena, the emotion from you, from me, from Joe, from Anthony, from Jorge. It was a must-win fight, and on the 25th of March, we're going to do it all over again.
Absolutely, absolutely, Eddie. I mean, first, a round of applause for Eddie Hearn. He keeps doing it one after another, big events.
I'm not very popular here, so it's going to be ridiculous.
Well, you guys got to be happy when he's providing these kind of fights here, and you guys provide the atmosphere. It's a no-brainer to come back. We love Manchester. The first fight, the first go-around, I was a little nervous because I didn't know how Jorge was going to react to the Manchester fan base. And I knew Anthony has one of the biggest. I wasn't lying, because that night, just remembering, I'm so proud to be a part of it. I can imagine you're going to come in full support once again. The difference being that I think Jorge won over a lot of fans too. So he'll have his share of fans. I'm not going to say the whole arena, but We saw a couple flags the first time from Venezuela. We'll see some more this time around. Anthony didn't have to take this fight. He could have gone on and got a win or two, gained his confidence back, get a couple wins before doing it again. But that just shows you who Anthony Crolla really is. Why take a tune-up? Let's go back for my titles. He wants those belts back. We expect a better Anthony Crolla this next time, March 25th. So Jorge, if you remember in the first press conference, I did say you will see the best Jorge Linares you've ever seen. Joe mentioned it, that was the best Jorge you had ever seen. Come March 25th, you'll see even a better Jorge Linares. That I can assure you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robert. Anthony Crolla, the challenger this time around. You're probably bored of people saying so much nice stuff about you. I think Joe's right. You're always forever trying to satisfy people and fans and amateur clubs and stuff like that. But I really think that the run that you've had, of course, Darlis Perez, the first fight where you deserved that win, coming back with an incredible performance in the rematch, then going on fighting Ismael Barroso, then fighting Jorge Linares, and now doing it again, I think is the strongest run from any British fighter in recent times. And I think we should really applaud you for taking this rematch and trying to win back your belt. So well done on that, firstly. And now the chance to win these belts back. We know this one was yours. You were trying to win that one, and this one means a lot to everybody. So March 25th, you've got a chance to do it all over again.
Yeah, good afternoon everyone. I want my belt back. But Joe just mentioned then about fighting for these prizes, these three prizes that are in front of me. And very few people get the chance to fight for these, and I'm lucky enough, thankfully, to Eddie, to Yogi, to Robert. I've got a second chance at this, and it's a chance not only to what I take, I've got to take. It's last time out, it was a very special night. I mean, it was a great crowd in that arena. It's going to be even better this time. Friends, family ringside, you look to us ringside, your Manchester United players. It's the setting was perfect, but all that being said, I didn't get the result I wanted. I lost my belt, and that's why after it, I got over the upset of losing, because I lost to a great fighter. But I'm not going to celebrate losing, and I don't want that feeling again on March the 25th. I want this belt back, and I want the chance to go down in history, which I will do, because very few people get the name on this belt. And March 25th, I'm going to be better than I've ever been, and that's something I know I've got to be. I'm fighting a great fighter. I'm guessing a future Hall of Famer, a freeweight world champion. But I am better in rematches, and I'll go away. And last time I just come up short. I lost to the better man on the night. March 25th, I believe the result will be different. I'm going to go away. I'll lock myself away. I'm going to work hard, harder than ever, but smarter than ever, with Joe and the team. And March 25th, got to make sure these belts stay in Manchester. Thank you for your support.
Obviously, last time, very close fight. Jorge was the rightful winner on the night. I think everybody acknowledges that.
Yeah.
But you've been there now. You've mixed it with him 12 rounds. Really, you know him. You know how he fights, and obviously very well as well. But how much confidence do you go knowing that it was a close fight last time, and that really you could have his number in this fight?
Yeah. I mean, Robert mentioned then I could have took a few tune-ups. I looked to go down an easier route, but I see JORGE LINARES as the best lightweight in the world. I want to be the best lightweight in the world. Beating JORGE, would state my claim for that. But from that fight as well, I took a lot from it. I'm not, listen, I didn't win the fight. I come up short, like I said, but I had a lot of success in that fight, and a lot of strengths, weaknesses. We're going to go away, and JORGE's got a great team, the team over in Japan, and also Ismael Salas. He's got a great team around him. I believe I've got a great team around me, and I have confidence. We'll go away, make a few changes to the game plan with Joe. I carry that off. I believe I'll win the fight.
Thank you. And to the WBC Diamond, WBA and Ring Magazine champion Jorge Linares. Jorge, you weren't supposed to do that last time. We believed we had the beating of you, and you put in just an incredible performance. It was a joy to watch, even as disappointed as we were. Welcome back, and I know you're very excited about doing it all again.
Gracias, primero que nada, buenas tardes. Tú dices que lo debí haber ganado. Bueno, si no hubiese ganado, me hubiese dado la oportunidad nuevamente de venir a hacer la revancha, no lo sé. Pero bueno, ganamos, la cosa fue diferente. Pero bueno, nuevamente contento, agradecido por ti, Eddie, la gente de Golden Boy, toda la gente de Inglaterra, de Manchester. Gracias por darme nuevamente la oportunidad de venir a su casa a defender esta gran pelea, estos títulos que la verdad que han sido muy importantes para mí. Pero no solamente los títulos, sino lo que valgo yo, lo que vale el mundo del boxeo, lo que vale mi país. Y ahora más que nunca me siento más que comprometido para poder y volver a hacer nuevamente un espectáculo como debe ser.
Well, you say, that's a long one, huh? You said I wasn't supposed to win the first one. Thank God I did, that way I could be back again. I want to thank all the people from Manchester. You guys gave me a great welcoming and treated me very very well. Eddie, thank you very much for having us back. Golden Boy, these belts mean so much to me. They mean so much for my career, they mean so much for my country. And we're going to work very hard. We're going to work very hard to make it and do it again, to repeat and get the win.
Otra fecha, otro año, sigue siendo el mismo rival, la verdad que agradecido con Anthony por nuevamente esta oportunidad. Ahora pues me toca a mí defender y sé que viene con bastante hambre, bastantes ganas. Yo creo que vamos a verlo mucho mejor preparado que la pelea anterior. De mi parte pues también voy a estar mucho mejor preparado con otra estrategia para poder conseguir nuevamente una nueva victoria.
And we know Anthony, it's a new year, a new fight, but we know we're facing Anthony Crolla, who we already faced, but we're going to face a better Anthony Crolla. We know he's coming hungry, we know he wants those belts, but that just motivates me to work harder, train harder, because you'll also see a better Jorge Linares. We're going to do a new strategy and come up with a new game plan.
Y bueno, por último, para no hablar mucho, gracias nuevamente, gracias a Eddie, gracias a todos los que están acá presentes. Espero verlo dentro de justamente 2 meses, creo, ya hoy es 24. Así que espero verlos pronto, espero que puedan disfrutar una nueva pelea. Bastante interesante porque sé que vamos a dar lo mejor de lo mejor, tanto como él como yo. Así que es cuestión nada más de seguir la preparación como debe ser, él y yo, y demostrar lo mejor de lo mejor el día 25.
And I'll keep it short. With this, I'd like to end and say thank you to everybody. We'll see you all. We're 2 months away. He's going to get away and train and work hard. I'm going to go away and train hard. And we're going to provide you once again with a beautiful fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Jorge. Thank you, Jorge and Robert, for coming over for the press conference. These two guys, very classy guys, great fight last time. This is a real celebration for British and world boxing, and I can't wait to get back to that arena. This is a special, special arena. We were there on December the 10th for an incredible night of boxing with Anthony Joshua and Dylan White against Chisora and Buglioni against Burton and Scott Quigg. Absolutely fantastic, and we can't wait to open up the new year at Manchester Arena on March the 25th with the first show there in Manchester. So thank you again, thank you to everyone for coming here today. Everyone's available for one-on-ones, and we're going to pose with Marcus and Jason, Brian and Jack and Jorge and Anthony for head-to-heads. Thank you very much, we'll see you soon.